YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is NCAA 14 football and the Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty. This is Scotties Sports Talk, and this is episode 15, and this is going to be a quick video here as we're going to kind of talk about week 15. Week 15 here this week, we had a bye week, and of course nothing in action here, so gonna kind of just show you guys a quick review of week 15. Again, we're going to take a look at some of the numbers here for the Highland Scotties. They were not in action this week, as they, as you've seen there in the week 15 episode, are on a bye week, and we're getting ready for the big game, probably the biggest game of the school history, as we join the FBS system, and that would be the national championship game against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, Alabama still has one more game left for the season. They'll have to play Georgia in the SEC championship game, and if they win that, which I'm assuming they will, they're the heavy favorites. They will be going to win that game, and they'll move on to the national championship game. So a huge game for them. If they lose, well, there'll be a different story. It'll be, I don't know how that would play out here, but Highland, of course, does not have a championship game, or a conference championship game, I should say, for themselves, and we'll go ahead and go to that bye week. So we have literally 2 weeks or so, or more, really, to get ready for this game here. I think in week 16 we'll have another bye week video, and then we'll have the next episode of Scotties Sports Talk. We'll probably focus in on more of the side of maybe talking about the players that we're recruiting, and probably more about just the game, or pretty much the focus on playing against Alabama, what we expect for Alabama. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably have more in-depth look at the players, breaking down position-wise some of our key players that we have for the Highland Scotties, and of course some of the key players and roles for Alabama going into that game there. So a big episode coming up for that on next week's, both on the Highland Scotties episode, and also in the Highland Scotties Sports Talk video. So stay tuned for that next week here on the channel. So going on here, we're just showing you guys some of the season overall numbers here. You guys can go ahead and pause the video and check those out there. But a great season, I think, for a lot of different players here. I think offensively, Flanagan was a quarterback that just came out of nowhere. Him and Kason are both up for the Heisman, and we're just hoping that one of them will get it. It'll be a long shot because, of course, you got Baker Mayfield there. He is the top guy right now, and there's a good chance that he may have it. But for whatever weird reason, if we get the chance to win it, that'll be so awesome. Be our first Heisman Trophy winner in our very first year. I mean, that's not heard of at all. So that is something we're looking forward to here, if that happens. But we're not gonna hold. That's not gonna be something we're gonna look forward to. That'll be just something that'll just be icing on the cake. Because I never did when I originally started this series, and of course sitting here thinking, I'm like, I didn't think we was gonna be able to do this, go to the first year. I mean, I'm somewhat good, pretty good at NCAA football games, and know how to build a team from years past, stuff like that. But starting something from scratch, and just having certain rules of only having two, or having 290 overalls on offense and 290 overalls on defense, I didn't really think that was going to work out in our favor here, to be playing for the national championship this early. But I am going to change some of the rules on for next year. I think when it comes to plan wise competitively, I think we'll maybe only have maybe 2 to 3 teams that are ranked. The rest of them have to be unranked, and so we'll see how that goes here. Maybe have probably 2 or 3 ranked opponents instead of I think I said we're going to play 6 ranked opponents. I think next year we'll probably just have maybe anywhere, probably I would say reduce it down to 3. So I think that's a decent number there that we can work with, and we'll try to see how that goes here. But yeah, that is something we're looking at next year. Next year's schedule, I kind of already have written out and what we're going to play, and I'll talk more about that in some future videos. There will be a game. I will say we'll play against Georgia, Washington State, and I believe Tennessee was the other one that it was a close game. So those 3 teams will probably be, not to mention, depending on where Alabama's at in the rankings, we'll probably play Alabama for next year. But it just all depends. But for the most part here, I think that we just did had a great year there. Like I said, Flanagan came out of nowhere. Kason had a slow start there, but just really start amping up. And then you got Grady Little, and also of course Hunter. He did a great job there, our tight end. And you see Page there, did also a great job there on offense, really stepping up there especially in these last couple of games. Defensively, you got Sheldon. His gameplay that he has done, he has 16 sacks for the season, which is something that, school history. That's just crazy. The way he is playing this year, he's just been a very good and very vocal teammate on defense. So yeah, I'm very happy. Feel like I'm very blessed with a team like this that we had. And the good thing is, majority of these guys will be back next season. Remember, we started with sophomores and freshmen. A lot of sophomores, quite a few sophomores. So a lot of these guys will be back for their junior year. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that they won't decide to leave early here, but a lot of them should be back next season. That's how I should say it. A lot of them should be coming back, and if they are, look out, because we're gonna have a great team, and we got some great individuals coming in here. And not to mention, I already got quite a few guys for next year. That I've been creating, that I have a long list of players that we're going to add to next year's game, or at least next season, with some of the creative players that you guys have created in there. And some of you guys have been sending some pretty good creative players and names, and just great stories talking about what these individuals are wanting to do and achieve and stuff like that. So thank you so much for the ones that have submitted. I did say I was only going to take 10, and I still intend on doing that, but I will continue to take submissions. So I'll leave a link to the video that I talked about the recruitment. There you see Sheldon Sherman's numbers there for this season. But yeah, I'll leave a link right above the video in here, within the video there, up there in the eye, or I'll also leave a link down there to that episode, that special video there, so you guys can check that out and email me your characters, and then I can get those added to the channel, or added to the list there, and then try to see if we can recruit your guy to come play for us here there at Highland. So it should be a fun, should be a lot of fun. I gotta, the whole thing is that we're, if your player does well, and has a successful career, there may be a future for that individual here on the channel, and we'll create their own little series here in whatever game you want them to be in. If it's Madden or baseball or basketball or hockey or soccer or whatever. There's one guy that wants to be in a UFC game. So you know, it just depends on your creation of your player and the story, and that's why I want some realistic stories that I can share here on the channel, and just kind of create from there and go from there. So there you see two more guys, well, at least one more guy that we've added to our list, and of course Tim Mason, that we're trying to recruit him to come upon our team. So again, I'll leave a link down below in the comments, or this little up above there eye indicating that you guys can click on that video and check that out. So before you get to that video, let's continue on here. Let's look at the week 15 games there. Texas and Baylor 38-10. University of Louisiana Monroe 31-10 going against Idaho. Army West Point 24, Navy 0. Louisiana 21, South Alabama 14. Oklahoma against Oklahoma State 38-25 in week 15. Now we'll take a look at the standings here as we take a look here, and yep, Highland is at number 1 here. Alabama at number 2. They'll go against, like I said, number 19 Georgia in that SEC championship game, along with you see there Louisville. They'll face North Carolina for the ACC championship game, and then of course there you see the rest of your top 25 there. Florida there rounding off the top 25 schools there, and there you see some of the additional votes there, and of course no one dropped out this week. So top 25 here, we got, it's not the final top 25, we'll show you guys that. You know, we've been showing you the top 25 every single week, but we'll have the last top 25 there, and then from there I think that's when I really you know, just make sure that we don't have like I said, because next year we're going to be a little different. I'm going to try to make the games where it's we have we have games you know, 4 weeks in a row, and then we have the 5th week there's a bye week in there. So weeks 1 through 4 a game, and week 5 of course a bye week, and then 6 through 9 you know, we have games, and then the 10th week no games. So kind of like that. So should work out there hopefully with the schedule and stuff like that. If not, then like I said, we may not be able to play everybody we want to that I want to have on the schedule, but for the most part here, I think we're going to have probably no more than 3 ranked opponents. And then also too, I was thinking, I think I said I was going to wait after year 5 to go into a conference. I think I may reduce that down to maybe year 3, just depending on how well we do. And at that, I don't know exactly where we want to go. At some point I will have a video up where I'm going to ask you guys where you think we should go, and I'll have like a list of conferences that you think we should go to. And that first, once we go into a conference, there will be in that conference for at least a 2-year deal. We'll do a 2-year thing and see if it works out and whatnot. And then if we need to be more challenged, then we'll go from there. So, but that'll be later on down the road. But I think after year 3, we'll go into a new conference. So it'll be year 4 when we actually start that. So, but yeah, we'll do 3 years. Right now we got 2 more years as an independent, and then we'll go into a conference of maybe I'll let you guys decide what choice to make when it comes to that. But take a look at some of the bowl predictions there, and there you see some of the crazy bowls they have. Of course, a lot of these bowls, you know, in real life do not exist anymore. Some of them do. Some actually been renamed, but they're generally the same bowl. But for the most part here, the bowl that we're going to be really concerned about is the national championship, as we'll be up for a championship here, for the national championship of all things here in this first season. Man, this is crazy. I feel like I'm jumping the shark already when it comes to this, man, because I wasn't really expecting us to be in this position this soon. I was maybe thinking maybe year 3 this was going to happen, maybe you're going to year 4, but I didn't think it was going to happen just right after the first year. So yeah, for the most part here, it's been a lot of fun playing this series. I really want to continue this, and we'll get in more into this, trying to work out some other things going on, trying to get the others, a couple other series here on the channel. We're trying to get worked out here, and get on a more regular basis here. Of course, this video possibly could come out late. It could come out on Sunday. As I'm recording this is Saturday the 23rd, so by now you guys, a lot of you have already probably seen the bye week video for this week, but I'm gonna try to get this video up as soon as I possibly can for you guys, so you guys can get your regular dose, 2 episodes a Saturday with this. Of course, working on some other series, trying to get back into playing Pete Shiloh again. It's just kind of tough. Madden 19 is coming out around the corner here, so trying to get myself in that mood of getting to Madden again, but at the same time kind of want to put this game away and get focused on the other next Madden game. But anyway, we'll take a look here at some recruitments here to kind of wrap up here. There you see we got about 5 guys there we just cannot talk to. We will be able to talk to them after the national championship, but there you see there's I think out of those 5, 4 of them are heavy favorites for us, and they want to sign with us. Antonio Reed there, he's signed with us, 6 foot, 194 pounds there from the state of Kansas. And then Willie Walker from Tulsa, Oklahoma, 6'3", 237 pounds. He's an athlete. His numbers are just amazing, and we'll see those here in just a bit. As for the most part here, I think we're going to be really happy with him. Speed for Reed is not the greatest, but to me, he looks like he's going to be a great power runner here. So I can see a guy that can do, just going to be a good, he's going to be able to just really do decently well here. Well, his trucking's not that great, but he looks like he's going to be a good guy that's going to be able to develop and get going. Now, he may not work out. He may not be a player that will have the first year, maybe down the road there, but he is definitely a guy that we're going to try to try to develop and just try to see. And right now, for the time being here, we're just gonna, a lot of these guys are going to be just showing up to see here and trying to see if they can get a roster spot there. Nothing really is guaranteed, but there's just some guys that we just want to try to get going and try to get some things going for them, try to see what they can do there, get on the field and get some things worked out here. So I'm really glad to see here, and I'm hoping that we'll make a big splash in the off season with recruiting. If we do happen to win the national championship, that would be just that would really help us out here, especially our first year. And people are excited and want to be a part of something special, try to recreate that magic again in the second season, which after you get down win a championship, it's every season, that next season it's just different than the season before. So but of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I guess we shouldn't be talking about winning national championships right now, but but it would really help us. I mean, even if we lose this game, again, I don't want to talk negatively about in that kind of way either. But even if we don't do so well, it's gonna be people are gonna be able to. They'll still pay attention to us, win or lose. We'll be a name. We'll be, talked amongst other people, and people are gonna realize, hey, there was something special about those group, that school, that class, and we'll have to see if that will we can continue that here going into in the other part of the for this next upcoming season. So but that is it for week 15. Like I said, we'll go into week 16. As you see there, it is a bye week video. We'll show you guys the scores and the numbers, or at least show you scores, who won what championships, and so on and so forth there. And then kind of break down the big game coming up, show you the top 25, and then a quick breakdown of what we need to do against Alabama in the upcoming game for the national championship, which will be in week 17. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Highland Scotties football here on ESGNet. Hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell notification if you have not yet, so you guys will be the first to be notified when videos like this series or any other series we have on the channel, and you guys will be the first ones to know. So thank you again so much for watching. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media, as we have a link to down below in the description there to our Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Check us out there for the latest news and events on what's going on here on the channel and what is going on in the world of sports gaming. That's it from me, you guys. And again, like I said, stay tuned for more here with the Highland Scotties. I'll see you guys next time.